I knew something was wrong the moment she hugged me goodbye. Not because she held me too tight, but because she didn't hold me at all. She gave me a quick, distracted pat on the back like I was a coworker she barely tolerated, not the husband she'd promised forever to. And when she walked out with her small suitcase, she didn't even look over her shoulder. That was the first sign, even if I tried to convince myself it wasn't. But the real story begins 3 nights later, when her girls' trip uploaded a photo. Actually, the girls uploaded a photo without her. I stared at the screen for a full minute, my thumb hovering above the image as if touching it could make sense of anything. 4 women clinking glasses on a balcony laughing. Sunset behind them. Faces flushed with drink and joy. But no sign of my wife. No tagged photo. No story post. No message. And suddenly, that small pat on the back felt like a shove into the dark. I called her, no answer. Texted her. Just checking in. Hope you're having fun. Left it at that. I didn't want to look suspicious. I didn't want to admit the fear that was blooming inside me like something rotten. The next day I got my confirmation. Her best friend, Sana, sent me a picture of a bowl of ramen she loved from a shop downtown. The shop that was exactly 20 minutes from our house. She wrote, "Wish you guys could join us today. Next time maybe smiling face with smiling." A casual message. But the girls were in Hunza, weren't they? My heart dropped into my stomach so fast it felt like falling. I replied, trying to sound normal. "Aren't you on the girls' trip?" 3 dots. Paused too long. Then her reply. "We canceled. Didn't she tell you?" And everything inside me went cold. No. She hadn't told me. She hadn't told me anything. When betrayal hits you, it doesn't scream. It whispers. Memories came rushing back. Too many excuses, too many late nights, too many "it's just work." I felt stupid for not seeing it sooner. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I waited. And while I waited, I prepared. Not for a fight, but for clarity. I pulled up our home security app, the one she always forgot we had. The camera facing the living room had a motion alert from the night she left. My hands trembled as I tapped the video. She entered at midnight. Not alone. A man followed behind her, carrying her suitcase, laughing quietly as she shushed him. They kissed near the hallway, long familiar, practiced. My vision blurred. I don't know if it was rage, heartbreak, or disbelief. Maybe all 3. I watched the whole thing. I watched it twice. Then I stopped breathing for a few seconds because the weight on my chest felt unbearable. That was the moment I stopped being the confused husband and became something else. Someone who deserved the truth. And maybe justice. Her return was scheduled for Sunday evening. She didn't know that I knew. She didn't know that I had seen everything. She didn't know that I had spent 2 days cleaning. Not the house, but the marriage. I removed her clothes from my wardrobe and packed them neatly in boxes. I removed her photos from the walls. I placed her wedding ring, not mine, hers, on the dining table inside a small glass bowl. And then I called a locksmith. By the time she arrived, the house felt clean. Lighter. Like I had opened all the windows and let the truth air out the rooms. I sat on the couch with the video queued up on my laptop, the house silent enough to hear the clock ticking. At exactly 7:42 p.m., the front door handle rattled. Then again. Then harder. "Why is it locked?" she called out. "What's going on?" I didn't answer. I simply turned the laptop to face the entryway. She tried her key again, confused, annoyed. Then she banged on the door. "Open the door. What are you doing?" I hit play. The camera audio wasn't loud, but the betrayal echoed through the room clearly enough. Her whispering, the man laughing, their kiss. Everything. She heard it too. She froze behind the door. Then a soft, broken, "Please open the door." I did. Slowly. Calmly. Because anger had already burned through me. What was left was something quieter, resolve. She stood there, eyes wide, mascara smudged. Hair messy from the trip she never really took. "I can explain," she said. "No," I replied, blocking her from entering. "You can listen." I told her what I knew. What I saw. What her friends accidentally revealed. What the camera captured. Her excuses kept shifting like sand. First denial, then blaming stress, then the classic "it didn't mean anything." Then tears so heavy I might have believed them months ago. But not that night. Not after everything. When she finally stopped talking, I stepped aside. Not to let her in, but to point at the boxes by the wall. I'm not shouting. I'm not fighting, I said quietly. I'm done. She stared at her things as if seeing them for the first time. You're throwing me out, she whispered. No. You left long before tonight, I answered. Her face crumpled. Where am I supposed to go? To him, I said. Or wherever you spent your girls' trip. She reached for my arm, but I stepped back. For the first time in a long time, I felt control returning to my chest, oxygen filling my lungs. I wasn't hers to lie to anymore. Before she could argue again, I handed her an envelope, divorce papers I'd printed that morning. Not filed yet, but ready. I'm giving you the honesty you never gave me, I said. This is my closure. She stared at it, trembling. And then I closed the door. Softly. Not in anger, just finality. People think closure is dramatic. But mine was quiet. That night I sat alone on the couch, letting the emptiness settle around me like a blanket. It wasn't comforting, but it wasn't painful either. Just real. I didn't cry until later. Small tears that slipped out without warning. Grief for what I thought I had. For the man I used to be before lies carved pieces out of me. But in those tears I felt something else too. Relief. Not because she was gone, but because the truth finally was. And sometimes, the truth is the only surprise worth giving.